Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I thank you folks for watching. Thank you to the new subscriber. And before I get into the current news, I would like to issue a bit of a retraction. On one of my previous episodes, I did mention that it was Vince's decision for the first time ever to have a live Raw on Christmas Day. It was announced on Monday that the Raw would be aired live on both Christmas Day and New Year's Day, which are traditionally that week is given as a week off to talent to spend time with their families during the holiday season. After further research, this isn't the case. It was not Vince's decision. According to Beth Hardy, Jeff Hardy's wife, in her tweet about the situation, it was a decision made by the USA Network. As we know, USA airs both Raw and SmackDown Live. To air those shows live, I guess to get good ratings during the holiday season. So it was not a WWE decision, it was a USA decision. I'm sorry that I accused Vince of this craziness, but let's give the track record. Vince has kind of gone nuts. So, once again, I apologize. I should have dug deeper. I had a lot of ground to cover. It is my fault. Once again, in the future, I'll try to do better because you deserve only the best from me. So, let's move on with the current wrestling craziness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I reported in the previous episode of The Guido Goes Off, Jeff Jarrett, who's the Chief Creative Officer of Global Force Wrestling, and the still major partner, has taken an indefinite leave of absence. It was said that this was for personal reasons, but clearly there's more to the story than that, as has been revealed today in the news. And this not only affects Jarrett himself, but it also affects Global Force, Anthem, and Impact Wrestling, all of these entities together. Which apparently, if given recent news, the leave of absence was not Jarrett's decision. He was told, basically, by Anthem Vice President of Wrestling Operations, Ed Nordholm, that he would be taking this leave of absence because it's been said that Jarrett has been having erratic behavior as of late, mostly getting into shouting matches. He got in the shouting match with the president of America's Top Team, which was caught on camera. And then also what appears to be the last straw was him showing up out of shape and not in really good condition at Triple Mania 25 for his match. Now, it should also be said that the reason for this could also be, it's been said that Jarrett is spreading himself very, very thin. The reason being is he is trying to handle this entire part of the operation, and basically acting as a barrier between Impact Wrestling and Anthem, as Ed Nordholm has no clue how to run the wrestling side of things, and Jarrett was taking this all on himself. It's been also noted that Jarrett has been grown more and more frustrated with Anthem, specifically in regards to how Anthem has done wrestling business. One of the big issues he had was when they were secretly negotiating and signing the show's favorite wrestler, Alberto El Patron. It was supposed to be kept a secret, but then Ed Nordholm took a picture and tweeted it out. So clearly he had no clue what kayfabe is. Whether or not it's dead is not of any consequence here, but he pretty much blew it out of the water. It should also be noted, while we're on the topic of our favorite burrito munching ass clown, that Nordholm is not high on him right now. And as I said in his previous episode, Nordholm wants him gone. And now that Jarrett is on this indefinite leave of absence, it could possibly happen where El Patron is released outright or held in his contract, but basically he can't compete anywhere else. Very, very similar to what WWE does during a no-compete clause. However, they're technically still on. He would still be under contract, but again, there's still the issue of whether or not he's getting paid. Because rumor is Alberto has not been getting paid by Anthem during this time, which leads to the other big news. It's been a while since we've done the Death Watch of Impact, but apparently it's back on. As according to reports from various sources, it has been said that Anthem is looking to get out from Impact Wrestling and selling it all together. Now, if you're wondering why I'm not saying Global Force, well, interestingly enough, new news has come to light. As we talked about the merger, I've talked about the merger between Impact Wrestling with Global Force and Impact Wrestling owned by Anthem and Global Force owned by Jarrett. Well, as it turns out, the merger has not happened yet. In fact, it is not even close. The merger is only in name only. And even though Global Force Wrestling is plastered all over this, technically it's still under Jarrett's ownership. And if Jarrett's leave of absence turned out to be permanent, he can, and more than likely will, take Global Force Wrestling with him, as it's his property. Anthem has no control over it. And with that being said, if that's the case, Impact could be possibly worthless. And as I said, Anthem is rumored to be looking to get out of the wrestling business. One official said that the company, again, this is all a lot of speculation. Now, talent was called via a conference call and told that everything was fine. But apparently, there's some officials that have been heard to have said that Impact Wrestling is hemorrhaging money. Big surprise there. And as I said before, Jarrett owns Global Force. Anthem has still no legal ties to it. But it is also said that Jarrett isn't happy with the way Anthem has done wrestling business, which is many things, like the incident with El Patron that I'd mentioned, and also the lawsuit with the Hardys over the broken gimmick. A lot of people have said that Jarrett was pressured to toe the company line and support Anthem in this lawsuit, even though he didn't want to and was very sure that Anthem had no legal right to try to take the gimmick or to extort any money for it. But like I said, there's a lot here that could be it's very interesting. As I said, the company calls itself Global Force Wrestling right now. They were trying to get out from under the name Impact and out from under TNA, erase any marks of the previous company name from it, using global force to do it. But let's face facts here. Anthem doesn't own Global Force. Jarrett does. And you just had the guy that owns the name you're using, and thereby all the titles you're using, and probably all the talent you got running around. He can go walk off. And you just gave him worldwide exposure. Which, and then with just signing this new deal with Pop TV, things are looking really shaky. I have to say, this is, I think a lot of us are beginning to wonder if that for the most part, Anthem's worse at running a wrestling company than Dixie ever was. And, like I said, this company just took over this year. In January of this year, Anthem bought out Dixie's shares and gave her the boot and decided it's our company now. Yeah, it's to see clearly the number. I want to say the number 2 promotion in North America. It's very iffy between them and Ring of Honor. Because as we know, they've done all these, they've done all these things to build the brand. They got the deal with, I don't know which country. I don't know. I thought they had a deal with New Japan, but they clearly have a deal with AAA for talent exchanges, what have you. And we see how that turned out. Thanks, Sexy Star. But like I'm saying, this is big. I mean, if Anthem tries to sell TNA or to sell Impact, Lord knows who it could go to. But there's a possibility. As is being stated in a lot of these articles, Big John Gabrick, who formerly worked for WWE, is still pretty high up in the Global Force Impact hierarchy. And he's still on good terms with Kevin Dunn. Yeah. And as we all know, Dunn has the ear of Vince for some reason. So, if there is a possibility that Impact is up for sale, especially if Jarrett fully takes his ball and goes home, which would be literally taking everything that the company is right now. Because Jarrett owns Global Force. Impact is basically Global Force right now. He could literally walk away with the entire company, and there's not a damn thing Anthem can do about it. I mean, they'll have the name, they'll have the talent contracts. That's it. Who could they possibly have to run it? And when you're doing it, when you're a business and you're doing people dirty like this, people aren't going to be in business with you. So this is a very, 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 very interesting situation. It's not that I want to see any wrestling company fail. I've gone ad nauseum over. It's not good to see them fail. We need these companies to succeed, so that way there's competition, so that way wrestling gets better. If you're incapable of doing business, then you shouldn't be in this business. Sorry, lots to talk about. Again, this is definitely something that I'm sure we're all going to keep our eyes on. I know I'm going to keep my eye on it, and as soon as I know something, you guys will know something. And I'm not going to be one of the people crowing over this, but then again, Anthem doesn't owe me money. So, more on this as it develops. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Nikki Bella back in the news. and she was looking to get physical. I should try that again. She is looking to get back in competition, but not in a wrestling ring. It was announced on ABC's Good Morning America this morning that Nikki Bella will be joining the cast of the 25th season of the popular reality competition Dancing with the Stars. It was announced this season will be starting on September 18th. Now, she is, of course, not the first WWE talent to be involved in the show. Previous entries hasn't included former WWE diva Stacey and former George Clooney concubine Stacy Keibler, as well as the highlight of the night himself, the man who could get anything over, Chris Jericho. Now, while Nikki is part of the competition, she is partnering with Artem. I'm going to butcher this. Artem Chigvinstev? Some guy. That is her professional partner. He has yet to lead any celebrities to the Mirrorball Trophy. Now, don't get me wrong. Nikki may be, I guess, good at this, but she does have some stiff competition. These are her opponents for this season of Dancing with the Stars. Retired NFL wide receiver Terrell Owens. Good to see T.O. back. Drew Scott of the Property Brothers. If I'm not mistaken, he's the one who doesn't wear a suit. Debbie Gibson. You're all too young to know who she is. Nick Lachey. I guess he's still a thing. Former member of 98 Degrees and was married to Jessica Simpson for some reason. Vanessa Lachey. I'm guessing Nick's wife, who's famous for something. Frankie Muniz. Malcolm in the Middle. Sasha Peters. She's on Pretty Little Liars. Thanks for that. Barbara Cochran, one of the investors on Shark Tank. Jordan Fisher, who was in Grease Live, whatever that means. Derek Fisher, former retired NBA basketball player. Victoria Arlen, retired, she's an ESPN commentator and a retired Olympian. And violinist Lindsey Sterling. Seriously. That's going to be cool. She's pretty good at dancing. If you've ever seen any of her videos, which I highly recommend. So that's going to be Nikki's competition for this season of Dancing with the Stars. So she's got some stiff competition on her way to the Mirrorball Trophy. But hey, this is going to be wonderful. You know, I mean, those who want to see Nikki compete can go see Nikki compete. And we don't have to see it in a wrestling ring for a while. So, yeah! Yes! I love it when a plan comes together. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I thank you folks for watching. So, what did you think of the topics I covered on this episode? Feel free, as always, to drop a line in the comments section below. And as always, you can talk to me via my social media. Also, you might want to watch my Twitter as I do try to be funny comments during Raw and SmackDown, and occasionally some on NXT, Lucha Underground, and other shows. Sorry, lost my train of thought there for a second. And as always, please like this video. Share it with the people you know, even if you don't care about them. And as always, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please, as you can see, there's no time like the present to feel comfortable to come in. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications of upcoming episodes. Because as you can see, these are starting to get a little more frequent as the world of pro wrestling gets even crazier. And this is the real stuff. So, with that being said, again, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. And until next time, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.